Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Dak Cohen podcast. I'm your host, Dak Cohen, and today I'm here with finally a state champion head coach, Mr. Goodlow.
How's it going, everybody?
So, Jamal, um, kind of diving into the state title. Who,
Mhm.
what was your reaction when the buzzer sounded at the end of the fourth? And you saw that Parkrose finally brought home a title.
Um, it's kind of surreal. I knew we had like a great team like we did last year, but I know going into this championship game we were kind of favored. But you never know your reaction until that final horn sounds, and it was relaxing, if I could say. It was relaxing.
Relaxing.
hmm Like all that stress and buildup, just finally like went away.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and especially having an assistant coach for the first time in a long time in the unified department at Parkrose and bringing Julian, how kind of did that? So bringing Julian at the beginning of the season and how she did now going, after state. Um, has she helped you in any way to relieve off stress or
Oh
come up
man,
with
big
any
time.
plans?
There's no way I could. We would have been in that same situation without Julie. She helped, like, just not even just with the laundry, but just like she let me know, like, okay, like when kids look like they're tired or when like it's time to put somebody else in. Like, she was like a great assistant coach. Like, we could have not have
Mm.
done it without her. And she
Yeah.
helped calm me down. Like when she knew when I was like antsy or something, she would just like just sit down for a second because I never sit down usually during games.
Right, you usually
She was-
pace up and down the
yeah,
court.
so she was like telling me like times to like sit down and like that helped a lot.
And kind of get into the right mindset of,
Yeah,
okay, so what's the next step that I'm going to put forward each game.
exactly.
Yeah,
So she
I thought it was a great idea bringing her in because we never had
Mhm.
an assistant coach in Unified at all, and
At all.
now we do.
Yeah, and it's like couldn't get nobody better. She's good with Kati. She's good with Sasha. Like Francis.
Yeah,
Like we needed that extra female coach. We needed a female coach on the
right.
team. She's like perfect.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How did the players like her?
Hi.
Did the players like her?
Yeah,
Good.
some of them did. Some of
Yeah.
them didn't. It's a
Yeah.
mixed.
It's a mixed bag. We got a mixed bag of kids, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And and you had two players going into their final unified game, Taekwon and William,
Yeah.
uh, which was a little bit of a tearjerker, I would say, for you.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah. So how does that kind of feel? How does that feel that you were with those kids from the beginning when you started Unified at Parkrose, and then
It,
just seeing them grow into a state champion?
it was weird because like I said like at the coaches like ceremony when I first started working at Park Rose, they were freshmen, so we all
Right.
came to Park Rose District together, and then like now like they're actually like done and graduated. That's like really weird, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. Not gonna lie. Like it's my first time ever having like kids like graduate and like leave the program, but like seeing
Yeah.
William get that and one at the end of the championship game, you can't beat that. Like that was awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was great for him. Yeah, and especially the defense did out
Oh,
there
Taekwon's
when.
like locks down everybody. Like
Mhm.
everybody knows. Like once Taekwon's in, you're not gonna get nowhere on him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he was locking down. He was locking down the guy that would always try to backdoor near
hmm
where Robert and Junior were.
Yeah, yeah,
And
he's
so
good.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we wish them luck in the adult league if
Yeah,
William decides to play into the adult league. I know Taekwon 100% is. I'm not sure about William,
yeah. I'm hoping he
but
does.
we wish
He
him
needs
luck.
to. Yeah, it'd
Yeah,
be
I
good to
mean,
like.
and go ahead.
No, I'm saying it'd be good for our team like next year to go watch them play in an adult league game.
And just take like notes for
Yeah,
example of our games. Yeah, definitely.
Who knows? I might start
So
thinking that. No, I'm playing.
yeah. So the team's going to look a lot different next year then.
Yeah, it is. Going to be younger, more young talent coming in. Got to do some recruiting.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully if you're actually down to do the middle school thing, hopefully we can have that be done cuz you got held up last minute, but you were
Hmm.
originally set to go, but you had a bunch of meetings pushed in
Yeah, I
front of
think this
you.
year we're definitely going to push for middle school. Like, and with Julie's help, she has connections at the middle school. It's going to be way easier. Like having her makes it where I don't have everything on my plate. Like I don't have to do everything. You
Right.
know, like last year or the year before, I was doing everything: registration, subs, laundry.
You're doing
Like
everything by yourself, but now you
yeah.
have
But
someone
now it's like
actually
okay,
relieve that off.
yeah. So I think for sure we'll have middle school.
Yeah, I would say our team is definitely more male dominated, and it would be good to
Mhm.
see some female representation, hopefully, since
Yeah,
we also have a female assistant coach to deal with this type
yeah.
of
That,
stuff.
that would be nice. Like Sasha
Yeah,
can't. Well, we have Sasha and Kati, but we need more. Two isn't enough.
right, right, and God knows if Sasha's ever gonna say 1 minute, "Oh, I want to quit the team. Oh, I want to go to this." It's like, can you
True, but
make up your mind, please? You
we know
know,
we're not gonna get rid of Sasha. She's on our team
no.
for life. Even though
Yeah.
like the headaches, but that's every kid. Every kid, like,
Yeah.
you know.
She is she still banned from tournaments?
No, she was never banned. She's just with that tournament. There's only like certain amount of kids you can have on the team. Like Kati, there's like 5 kids that didn't play in that tournament because like the
Right.
skill level, they're not on the same skill level. She's
Right.
not banned at all. It's just like at that level, you have to bring your best.
Right.
And it's only 12. Like 12 can only sit on a bench. So, we
Yeah.
don't cut anybody. We have like 17 kids. So
Right.
I didn't want to bring like 5 extra kids just to sit down and watch. I think that would have been like unfair to them.
Right. And especially what happened at the Forest Grove tournament
Yeah.
and the reaction that I saw from you, you're like, I want this day to be over, please, or just our final game and we shall be good.
Yeah. But like I said, I think like our team will like you guys like want to win, and there's nothing wrong with that. We built this program
From the
like
ground up, or at least you
on the
did.
ground up. We only lose like 3 games in like 6 years. I mean, like that's hard to do.
Right. Yeah.
So like, of course, everybody wants to win, but I think we just forgot like to have fun too. I think
Right.
we got too wrapped up in winning and forgot like the joy of unified and Special Olympics basketball. And you can tell by
Right.
the end of the season we got that swagger and that fun back.
Yeah, because I would say that had to contribute a lot to the talk you gave us before we went to go play Cleveland at their home.
Mm,
I think it had to do a lot with that because beforehand we just did not have good chemistry going into at least after the Cleveland when Cleveland came to our house and beat us. It was a good game. I get that everyone was mad, but like if you didn't give us that type of talk the way you
mm-hmm.
did and kind of say this is a team sport, not just a singular captain sport, then
Right.
I think we would have probably sunk in a little bit lower and not win the state title.
Yeah. And I think it was like you guys seen a different side of me too. The more serious. I'm usually like cheerful, like relaxed, but like I was like so disappointed. I think you guys seen like a different side that like kind of struck a nerve too.
Right, and you were trying to have us do like go Cleveland, and well, that kind of fell apart.
Yeah. So good.
I mean, everyone had their own little issues at that time, but
Mm-hmm.
at least at least with my anger, at least I was in disbelief and disagreement.
Yeah. And that's fine at the
Ro-
moment.
yeah, it's just the spur of the moment, right?
Yeah.
And at least mine wasn't as bad as Robert, where he
Oh,
just
yeah.
took off afterwards. He just slams the door, takes everything off in the locker room, heads back out of the locker room, hands my mother the jerseys or
but
his jersey, and says, "I'm leaving."
but like you gotta see it from Robert's like side too. Like that's his first loss at
Right.
home ever. And I
Right.
get it. Like he definitely handled it wrong, but like that was our first loss ever at home, so I can see like
Right.
why
And like a very long time,
everybody gets mad. Like
forever.
especially you don't want to lose at home. Like that's our home turf. You never lose at home. Away, that's different. But at home, you always want to like defend that.
Right.
So I see
Definitely.
why. But I just think like I said, we just never handled losing before. So like the
Yeah.
first time
Like,
losing, you're never going to know how you're going to act.
right. Especially, the way we also lost in the state title last year, but we made
Mm-hmm.
it up this year for the mistakes that happened last year.
Yep, exactly. So
And there's a,
this is a learning.
yeah, I mean, there's a great quote that I remember you saying at the last year's winter ceremony. You didn't say it this year, thank goodness. Um,
What's that?
we came up a little short.
Yeah,
Came up a little short,
a little short.
but
Man.
this year we didn't come up that short, did we?
No, not at all. We came back with that championship, and it's bigger than that second place championship. That's for sure.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And it doesn't have like a little trophy ball on the side of it.
No, it's just like a straight. You guys got a straight, real like OSAA tournament championship. Like I said, you guys are always going to be on that cabinet for the rest of your life. When you guys have kids and bring them to the high school, they're going to see like, oh,
Right.
that was my dad or my mom. They won a championship for Parkrose, and their pictures there. And when we get to the banner's going to be there. It's going to be like,
Hopefully, at some point before the school lets out for the summer, but we'll see. Really, I mean,
we are.
you know, it,
We're going to do what
oh
because Dance took first place in one of their like hands
yeah,
competition. So I talked to
jazz.
the Jazz. So I talked to them, and we're going to do a ceremony together. When they get their banner, we're going to get our banner, and we're going to have like a little pep assembly and raise it all up together as a school.
Right, that would make sense. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, congratulations to Dance, by the way. They deserved
Yeah,
theirs too. At least two teams brought back a state title.
right.
Unlike certain teams.
Oh Lord, don't start talking with us.
So, and kind of going along with what we talked about Robert earlier, how do you feel that it's going to be his last season next year?
It's probably going to be. It probably won't feel this. It's going to feel. It's going to be sad, but it probably won't hit me as hard as it did with William Taquan since now it's like my second time going through this. Like the first time is different.
Right.
Second
Right.
time you already did it already once, so it's not like I started crying at the coaches like at the
Right.
ceremony because
At
it's like,
the
man, these kids are really gone. Like it sucks, you know.
right. Right.
But next year, like
Exactly.
when I say bye to Robert, I won't be crying, like because I already did that.
Right. And he was what was he a sophomore or freshman when he joined the
I
team?
think he was I think I want to say a junior or sophomore. Definitely not a freshman. He
Junior,
didn't play his
sophomore.
freshman year.
I think it was sophomore. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was sophomore because that was before he grew in the beard. It was
that's
sophomore
right.
year.
Gosh, it
Yeah.
feels like I've been knowing you
Damn.
guys forever, man. Just thinking,
Right. I mean
gosh,
the program's been going on for what, about 5 years now, almost six?
6 because when
6.
they no 5 because
5,
their
okay.
freshman year they didn't play, so 5 years, yeah.
Okay, 5 going on to 6.
Oh my god, 5 years stuck with you guys. Oh, no fun. No,
So who on the team next year is going to have a bigger role in regular season games, and then when we get the helpers for the champion, the playoffs next year?
I'm expecting a lot from you and Kaya next year. Like I'm
Okay.
expecting like a leap forward in your guys' skills and just like competition level. Like I'm
Hmm.
gonna rely a lot on you two to step up
Okay.
that next to replace like Taquan, like two for
And
one.
will.
And well,
Yeah.
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 But yeah, you and Kaya, you guys gotta it's time to step up.
Yeah. I mean, you made me team captain along with Junior as well, so I
Yeah,
mean, why not?
right. It's time.
It's time, yeah.
When they say
So
the Dakota era has started.
be great, you know. do you think
Yeah.
do, do you think I'm more like Will or Taekwon if you had to
I think
choose?
a little bit of both.
Both.
A little bit.
In terms of like what aspect?
Because like right now your skills aren't as big as Taekwon, but like you're above over like William. You know if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I would put you like your defense the same as William. Still needs like a
Okay.
little bit of work.
Yeah. That can
Yeah,
be easily worked on.
yeah. But then I think like after that, like yeah, you're. I'll put you on a Taekwon level. That's what I'm saying. I think next year you and Kai are like you guys got to elevate yourself.
Yeah, and I'll definitely step up my defense more,
Yeah.
you know,
And you see in the
because
championship game, the defense won this. Like it wasn't our offense that won that championship. It was our defense. Like
it was our
it was
defense.
it was a close game, and then like that when I said like if you guys give me that last push, and then the fourth quarter where you guys like just shut them down, it was like an easy
Right.
game after that. It was like that fourth quarter was like a different game, even though it was like the whole game. Your
Right.
guys' defense changed that.
So, yeah, and the cool thing is the unified Instagram is collaborating with the Special Olympics Oregon. They
Nice.
post they posted about us winning the state title this
Oh
year,
yeah.
and over 175 people, 176 now, have liked the post.
Oh, make sure you tell them to go out there and like that post again.
we'll definitely, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, like it's interesting how Unified's now taking, because years and years ago, Unified was like not even heard of, or at least
Right.
sports wise, wasn't as big. And
No, it wasn't.
the way now that Parkrose has it is like, oh, we've heard of this team. They're pretty damn well good. Maybe we
Right? Isn't
should
that a
come
good
out.
feeling too? Like
Right? Should we come
you guys
out? You know, we should come and show out for the defending champs next year. Yeah.
like it's amazing like how people and that's like I'm glad you said that. It's crazy how people are like finding out about unified and like they're realizing like my whole goal is just like to have good basketball, put on a good show of
Right.
basketball. You guys like
Yeah, and have a decent showing, you
exceeded
know.
that, you
Right.
know. It is crazy wherever we go. It's like, oh, there goes Park Rose. You know they're going to be good. Like, and that's
They're gonna
good.
be
That's good.
good. They're gonna be like the top team with like Yumkala and
Mm-hmm.
some other schools, to say
Yeah.
the least. You know.
Oh, next year is going to be there's going to be a lot of teams next year in our division. I think Malala is going to be good. Milwaukee's going to be coming back strong. Rex Putnam definitely, you know, they want us. Like they're going to come back stronger and better
Yep.
than ever. Like they really want to. And Wilsonville's ready too. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
teams that are going to be different next year. It's going to be a tough season next year. But I know we're
Right.
up for the challenge. Like we're always up for it. Like
We're up for the challenge. Yeah.
yeah.
The thing I'm suggesting, to you at least,
Mhm.
is that we should try to play Young Kala at either at that we go to their place and play them, or they come to our school and play us. I think it would be great basketball.
I
My
think so. Maybe
personal
we could.
opinion.
The only thing is, it's like I think it's like a 6 hour drive.
Oh, yes, it
So
is.
it'll have to be like a weekend, and like we're. I mean, I'm down for that. I could ask Ryan and see if that's
Yeah,
any chance it could work. But that's the only problem is like it's so
the
far.
it's so far out. Yeah,
I would love to go down there though. I think it'd be fun to like because I don't think their home crowd sees basketball the way other teams like in our division see. You know?
yeah, or at least some of the teams that have like big cities. You
Yeah,
know.
like our competition level is different, and like when people watch our, you see like whenever we go to another school, like they're always like the crowd, the student section is like, oh my god, look at that, that's awesome, you know. So I think Young Kala
Right.
would be good to go there and show them.
Oh, definitely. Especially,
And you
yeah,
know they're
you.
coming back for us next year too. He said after he shook
Yeah.
our hands, he's like, we're going to try to make it a three-peat, three in a row, best two out
Yeah,
of
we'll
three
we'll
championships.
see. We'll see. I hope we get to bring. We'll go back to back, kind of like the Jordan era, maybe almost,
Yeah,
or Kobe and Shaq.
right. We got Trey. It
Yeah,
took
we
Shaq.
got. Yeah, you got Trey for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 more years. That was like a blessing in disguise.
I know, right? I like how we find all this out. It's like we're sitting there getting ready for I think a game against Wilsonville, some
Hmm.
school, and it was an evening, and we're all just sitting
Oh yeah,
there. They're filling out papers to do stuff, and next thing you know, me and my mother start counting, and Julie's like, "Yeah, they're correct. Yeah, no, Robert has another year, and then Trey
yeah,
has 2 more years because they
man.
just
That was
have
like,
to do with when their birthday lands."
yeah, that was perfect. So can you imagine like 1 more year with those two? Like, it'd be
Right?
awesome.
That would
It's gonna be,
be. There's still a great duo too, you know.
yeah, it is. It is.
Especially.
And like another thing I got to shout out too is just like the Special Olympics committee, like Taylor and Gene, like they do so much for like behind the scenes for the tournaments and stuff.
Right?
And like I don't think they get enough credit either for like
No.
organizing like the tournaments and like everything that goes on with Special Olympics. So whenever we see them, I always get like I always make sure you guys shake their hands from now on because without them we wouldn't have a league. Yeah,
Right, and we wouldn't have gone to the University of Portland to play a halftime game.
which was fun. That was pretty cool.
That was my favorite part of the season, minus the state championship, was
Yeah, playing.
going
I
to
mean, like
the.
you can't beat playing in front of a
Right.
college kids and college fans. Like, and they were happy. They were
Right.
pumped. They liked it. They kind of
Yeah.
wish, like some people say, they wish it was longer. Like,
Like to what 10 minutes or something like that, you
yeah, they
know?
was hoping it was like a whole game. Like,
Like
and
we
it's good
hope.
because like they see that it's not just Special Olympics. It's like real basketball. Like, that's why I always tell people is like
Right.
we can compete with kids. We can compete with JV teams. We can compete with like even some varsity teams, maybe.
Yeah, even though some of varsity teams are scared to play unified, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
And like not even just us, like young college, they can compete with varsity teams. They're good, and even
Yeah, true.
Putnam, they can compete too. Like all of these teams in the league are there's no pushovers. Everybody's tough.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So that was your favorite part of the year is the basketball
was
game.
the was
University
the
of Portland?
University of Portland, yeah. Because there was only like what a select few of us that actually got to go.
Yeah,
It was a hush
yeah,
hush type of thing.
yeah. Because they said 6 minutes only. I was like, okay, yeah, that's not even enough to start like a lineup.
Right? Or enough to just do a game plan. You're just getting thrown out there.
Yeah, no, it's just like go. Hopefully, make some layups and that's it.
That's it. Yep. That
It sucked that Robert didn't make his 3 pointers. I thought he was gonna do his like little comeback stuff. Like,
is a little three to the dome.
yeah, a little something, something. Okay.
That ball was interesting.
Yeah, they play with the leather's different for a college ball.
Yeah. It seemed it was more bounce. It had more bounce to it, and
Mhm.
at the same time, it also felt like it was flat. But that was the leather.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird combo.
Yeah, just that's just how college. That's how the NCAA is with college everything.
What are you looking forward to next year?
Um.
Put the question on the interviewee.
Yes, very much so.
Mhm.
I would say probably bringing home another title. That would definitely cap off playing unified for sure. And hopefully I can just continue to have a decent, good role for unified for this next
Mhm.
season.
Yeah.
As long as I can get my head right and
Mhm.
not stuck on defense at least. Layups are layups, but if I can
Yeah.
at least have a Taekwon esque type defense mixed with my own, then I think I think I'll be fine.
Heck
And
yeah.
have you told Jameson that we've won the state title?
Yeah, I wish he could have came. I
Yeah.
really Jameson's like the best, man.
Yeah.
He is
Ha-
by
does he know we've won it, or has no one told
no, I told him
him?
his mom was gonna try to make it to the ceremony, but he couldn't. He wasn't feeling good, so
Okay.
but we are gonna he will be like the first pick for our middle school team when we start it up.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Is he currently going to the middle school?
Next year he will be.
Next year. Okay, so he's still in elementary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
that'll
that's
be.
great. He's our little assistant coach buddy for home games.
Oh, I know he's the best. He's the best. Love
He like I'm sitting there on the bench one time and he's like whispering to me while Robert's sitting next to me. He's like, "Psst, come here. I have something to tell you." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" He's like, "Just so you know, you're one of my favorite players. Hush."
that.
And I'm like,
Nice.
"Okay."
I like that.
And then Robert just is like, "What you guys talking about over there?" Jiminson's like stands up from his chair and says, and wags his finger, and Robert says, "You don't need to know our business.
Yeah,
It was just
exactly. James.
it was just something."
Yeah, James. I love that guy. He's awesome.
Right. Exactly.
Shoot, when I retire, I hope he takes over the program.
Hopefully it doesn't, get all thrown away, after you retire.
No, there's no way we're gonna let Unify get thrown away. No, what do
Right.
you? And then I might be starting the soccer program up this year. You down for that?
I'll consider it.
You ain't got nothing else to do.
I mean, I kind of do. It's called getting good grades,
Uh,
but I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
okay,
I'll be
I'll take
probably
that.
more in if you did a unified track and field, I would most likely do probably the track and field for unified.
We could do that
I'm
next spring, maybe.
probably, yeah. I mean, I would be down to do the shock put. Shock
Okay.
put would be fun to do.
Yeah.
I don't know other things that's part of track and field, but I hear shock put's pretty fun.
All right. Then I might have to sign us up.
Yeah.
Like I said, I tell my friends, whatever you guys want to do, I'm going to sign you guys up. Like people
Right.
wanted to play soccer, so we're going to start soccer. If you guys want to do track and field, I'll put in, let Ryan know that hey, we want to start track and field.
So, has it been confirmed that there's going to be unified soccer?
Almost. I have one more meeting next week, but I'm sure it'll happen. I'm like
Okay.
99.87,000% sure. that
Okay.
number.
And you, of course, will be you and Julie will probably be the coaches of that as well.
Yeah.
It's to keep unified a season thing instead of just winter based.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you guys deserve to play other sports. You know, like who said?
Right.
Like, what if
Dip your
like
toes into
Tachi's better at soccer than basketball? You know, like you know we don't know
right.
who's better at stuff. So it gives everybody a chance to play and like shine in a different sport.
Right. And then you could consider doing there could be something called unified flag football, like for example.
Yeah. So we got the sky's the limit for us in Unify. Like I'm going to take you guys anywhere you guys want to go, like for sports. Like,
Right.
I'm here. I'm
And
here.
right. And I'll be down to, change our unified Instagram to just Parkrose Unified Sports, where it will
Mm-hmm.
be considered both of basketball and soccer content.
There you go. I like that.
I'll be down to do that. That'll be fun.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, and God, I didn't even know I was going to win Coach of the Year that day.
Oh yeah. So
Crazy, you
how
guys
do you
went wild. that
how do you feel about that, Coach of the Year?
was
Mr.
pretty
Coach of the
awesome,
Year?
and like, but it was being Nicole, which is awesome. I voted for
Oh,
Nicole. That
Nicole.
was yeah, because I was
Yeah.
like, he did, her cheerleaders were so nice, and like every time we played, they were happy to come for us. So like,
Right.
that was awesome. But yeah,
Right.
that was pretty cool.
That just tells
And
you
it
how
showed.
much of a likable coach you are.
Oh, thank you. And it just shows like how
Yeah.
much Unified respected. Like
Yeah, it's not one of those little mini things anymore. It's on a
No,
you're setting the bar to a different level.
right. But it's not just me though. It's you guys too. You guys are the players and the athletes. Like
Right.
it's not just one person. I'm just advocating. I'm like I just love advocating for you guys because I think you guys deserve it. So like it's definitely not me. It's you guys.
Yeah,
I'm just a voice.
definitely. You're just the voice that listens to our voices, and then
And,
you put out the feedback
and
if
make sure
you
everybody
know.
hears it.
hmm and if we disapprove of something, we let you know, and if we don't, then we keep our mouth shut.
That's right. Yes. And shout out to your mom too, of like for helping. Like she did a lot. Like tell her thanks.
Yeah, I
And with the
will. Yeah,
snacks, like that was awesome. Like we needed her. We needed a team mom like that, and that was perfect.
yeah, and she really enjoys going to the away games and
Yeah,
cheering us on, with Junior's girlfriend.
yeah. She
So
was a great
yeah,
person too. Yana, Yana.
Yana, yeah.
Yeah, she was cool too. Like, yeah, we got a good little base. Like, and then next year we're gonna try to. I'm trying. Now that I got Julie to help, I'm gonna try to get us a tournament at Parkrose.
Yeah, why? Yeah, how come that's never been in the cards at all? We've always went to Forest Grove, you
Oh, I know,
know.
but I think like this is the one thing I get mad about, like gym space. Like it
Oh
seems like
yeah,
we're always on the back burner with gym when it comes to gym space. But I've been like clearly like we get Fridays now sometimes and Saturdays every Saturday. But like I'm advocating for you guys for more and more gym space. Because we're just as good
right,
as anybody else that plays basketball. Clearly,
right, and
so
we have a decent enough gym to actually run like four different games.
yeah. So I'm thinking, yeah, because we could use two games at once.
Yeah,
We're going to try to get a tournament next year.
that would be dope.
My goal would be like maybe like four unified teams and four JV2 teams, and it's like play JV2 versus like unified. That's my
Right,
ultimate goal.
that's your ultimate goal. Yeah,
Yeah, this is like I think it'd be good. Like Young playing like a JV team, like us and Rex Putnam. Not even like say we don't even win, but it's just like they raise our competition up more.
right.
Yeah, so we'll see.
We'll see. If the Special Olympics Oregon Committee considers it and says, "Yeah, well, we're down to do the idea," then 100%. Whoever shows up is 100% on board with it.
Yeah, okay.
And do you want to let people know about kickball at all?
Oh, we got invited to two kickball tournaments, May 18th and June 1st. May's at
Ooh, Estacado.
Estacada, and then June's in Malala. So yeah, two kickball tournaments.
Yeah.
That'd be
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, and unified kickball could also be a sport too. If enough unified schools around Oregon are down to do it.
Well, they do softball, but like I didn't know if you guys
But
wanted to do softball. It just seems more dangerous. I think a kickball league would be super fun.
yeah,
Can
definitely.
you imagine like Trey hitting a softball and like somebody like Sasha trying to catch it? That would
Oh
be
God.
scary. But like
Yeah,
a kickball is easier. I mean, like it might hit somebody in the face, but it's not going to like hurt them bad like a softball would. So
it's not going to at least try to give you a concussion
exactly.
because softballs tend to be bigger than baseballs.
All right, let me ask you this then: would you rather do a basketball tournament or a kickball tournament at Parkrose?
Depends on the season, really.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would be down to do basketball just because
Basketball.
it's our element.
Yeah.
Everyone's used to it in the winter, and
Right.
it's kind of the main attraction for what Parkrose Unified is in the first place. So I would say
Exactly.
that if you're asking me personally, I would say basketball tournament.
Okay, we'll do basketball. I think that'd be better.
Because aren't we tired? I mean, I'm not tired. Forest Grove's not a bad high school,
No,
but you don't you guys want to change it up a little bit, make it somewhere interesting? Have it be held at our school, for example, or
yeah. Well, like Forest Grove,
Malala.
that's their own like little thing. So like we could do that. Like whereas like our own
Yeah,
little yeah, we'll do our own little tournament. But
we might not have as many gens as Forest Grove does, but we still have a decent gen.
yeah, and you can play two games side by side.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly the
yeah.
point.
We can do. We got this.
We could do it.
We got
No,
this.
no harm done
No,
whatsoever.
none at all.
Not at all. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, kickball will be fun.
Yeah,
Um, but hopefully most of the team goes. We'll see how that ends up.
yeah. And then
And
like
yeah.
I know after I got an interview with Special Olympics basketball team. I'm trying to get Masilas on that team in junior.
Oh.
And you know what?
For
Our team could so represent for the Olympics though. It's just like you gotta be like I think
oh,
older.
the Olympics. Got it.
Like the big Olympics in like 2026. I'm trying to get a couple of
Yeah.
you guys on that. Trying to get you guys on that team.
Get Junior Messias, Big Ben, any of
Trey.
those guys, Trey, Robert. That would be great.
Yeah. Shoot, you too. You could eventually be on there.
Yeah, I mean, I would be down.
You're good. You got this.
Yeah, that would be cool to see. So the plan. So how do you think the second place trophy should stay in the trophy case, or will it eventually be moved downstairs to
No,
the?
we're keeping it up there. We're not
Okay.
ashamed of that because like not everybody gets the state, you know. So even if we were runner up, but like how many high school kids say like they even made it to a state championship? So even though we
Yeah.
didn't win it, we still did something like more than like 80% of kids in high school will never get a chance to do go to a state championship.
Right.
So yeah, no, we're gonna keep it because like you know what, it's still a badass title. It still looks good.
Right.
Like yeah,
It still looks good up there. It's just it reminds us of where we came from the
mm-hmm.
beginning.
Exactly.
Did did the Special Olympics Oregon start this whole state, unified playoffs last year? Like was it the first ever time they did it last year
I guess they
or
did it before, but COVID like took everything out for a long time. So then they started it back
okay.
up again.
So the first time in over probably 3 years then it
Yeah,
was
it's been a
that
minute since we did it.
because I don't think they did it after COVID was officially done.
Yeah,
But hey, I mean, at least it's back. It was
yeah,
broadcasted.
that's all that matters, you know.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed though that when we won our title this year, it wasn't really broadcasted. I mean, of course, there's one guy with a camera sitting up there, but there was no
Right. Yeah,
commentary whatsoever.
I know that's kind of like a bummer, but you know what?
Yeah,
We'll do it again next year.
we'll do it again next year, and
Yeah,
sure, and most likely we'll be young Kala. But you know what? We're
yeah.
ready. We're ready with
They
our
haven't.
helpers. They're ready with their helpers.
Yeah,
Let's get it on.
yeah. I'm expecting it going to be a. Even last year, we like. Yeah, I expect it's going to be a good challenge. You know,
Right.
you got
And
to have a little rivalry.
right. Did you see how mad their big man got when that final buzzer sounded?
Yeah, he played his heart out though. He's a good guy. He's a good player. He played.
he's a good player.
He played his heart out. He just man, like
Yeah. He's kind of got the same emotions that we had the year prior,
mm-hmm,
which I don't
exactly.
blame him. I mean, if you worked your ass off that whole season and then just to come up second
Yeah,
place, I don't blame you. I mean,
he was not happy.
Was not happy, but hey, I mean, there's always a rematch in the regular
Yeah,
season or in the playoffs.
yeah. It's like it was good to get on because
Yeah.
like at that tournament, that one kid was talking so much mess to Sasha, saying, "Oh, we're gonna beat you," and they beat us at that Forest Grove thing. That's why I was like, "Okay, we'll get them." You got to give them a
Mhm.
little humble pie like we did last year. They humbled us, and we had to humble
Now we
them this
humbled
year.
them. The great.
Yeah,
What was your great team huddle saying? Don't let this team from the boonies beat the city team or
yeah.
something
I mean, like,
like
no,
that.
well, it's just like nobody expects like Parkrose. I mean, you see it. You've been there for a while. Like, they don't expect
Right.
us or any kids from Parkrose to win stuff. Like, we get
They don't want us to make a big splash on almost anything.
well, not just that. It's just like
Usually.
we're Park Rose. We're not supposed to, like we're not supposed to beat Wilsonville. We're not supposed to beat like all these teams like Young Kala or Rex Putnam. They're supposed to like beat Park
Yeah.
Rose at everything. So like now we're on the map and like people are scared of Park Rose, which is good. Like it should be. We have
Right.
talent. Like in all
We
sports,
have
like
talent.
we have the talent. We just haven't clicked. So like Unify is the first thing to like kick off, and you see dances winning stuff. So maybe
Right,
now
exactly.
football and baseball's on a roll. Like Parkrose baseball's been
Yeah.
winning. So
Baseball's been
like
going on.
I can say like Unified, we're helping kickstart like us and dancers like making a map for Parkrose now, and people are
Right,
going to start being
exactly.
scared of Parkrose.
Yeah, and say, well, hey, at least they actually have winning teams.
Yeah,
Hey, I mean, at least we play fair by the books, unlike two certain schools I shall not name, but you know what I mean.
it's all right. But you know what? We still come out with the win, right?
Still come out with the W, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's all that matters.
and the team that really caught me off guard, at least, even though it was more of a squash hamburger, was the game that we had against going all the way down to Willamette. That
Oh
was
yeah,
pretty interesting.
yeah. But they're starting. But that's cool. Like we were their first game they ever play. Like that was cool. Like like
Right.
they just
And
started up.
they
I'm glad they asked us. Like that's
right,
awesome.
and they're taking notes, you know.
Hmm.
Well, what can we do better in the future while we're playing these really good teams? Same with this game didn't happen unfortunately because of the bad winter storm that we had.
Oh, South Albany.
South Albany, yeah.
Yeah,
Did they just start up their unified team too?
I think so.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean like it's so cool that teams want to play us. Like like
Right, and you have you have high schools that are switching in between the divisions for it to actually
hmm
happen. Like
exactly.
there's probably going to be some schools that are going to fall down to the 5A division next year. There's going to be some that
Yeah,
move up to the 6A division next year, you know?
yeah. No, it's gonna be it's building, and it's like the best. Like
Right.
I mean, that's
I
all we can
mean,
ask for is like the
right.
sports get bigger and bigger. And I want to say like you know I think people seeing our athletes like our team, they're seeing like, oh man, this is everybody stepping it up, and that's why I say like next year is probably going to be one of our hardest years.
Right.
But we got this.
We got it. I mean, but hopefully we can get South Albany on our schedule next year again, since we didn't really technically play them. Be great to
Yeah,
see what they look like out there. But
exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
we will. We will.
and
We'll.
another school I'm thinking that we could do is Liberty High School.
You guys want to play them?
Yeah, I mean I'm down. I
Oh,
mean, when we had that coaches thing at Parkrose at one time.
mm-hmm.
I was in a drill with Robert, Taekwon, and Trey. It was a passing drill, and the Liberty head coach. I was chit chatting with her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we would be down to play you guys, 100%."
Yeah. Okay.
And I was
We'll
like,
have to look that
okay,
up then.
well, let me see what Jamal says about it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, that won't be a bad idea. How
You know
was
what sucks?
the
Like, it's like a lot of coaches. This is like talking to coaches from the leagues. They didn't realize how many games we played. Like
right?
they're
We
like,
played
oh,
like a lot.
and like other teams will only play like 4 or 5 games. I'm like, how? Like
How can you
we're
only play
playing
four
like
or five? Like what?
because they didn't know, and then like, and that's one thing I like about like if our athletic director Ryan, like he makes sure like if we want to play, he'll find us games.
Right. And I
So
find it
hopefully,
and I find it funny that I'm the only team captain minus Kaya.
yeah,
That actually shows up to the team captain meetings.
I
Junior
know.
usually no shows them. But you
Yeah,
know what? It's his decision. Can't really force anything.
yeah, he's so
And yeah,
busy.
he's a busy person. He's currently doing baseball. Baseball.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you're still coaching the varsity Roosevelt baseball team, right?
JV Rose.
JV. Okay.
Yeah. Like I like the challenge of like I'm sure I could have been a varsity. I got asked to be varsity coaches at different baseball programs, but I like the challenge of working with kids that need more like help. Like more like skill based like help with it with the sport.
Right.
And that's why I kind of like JV.
Right. You want us to try to have a challenge at least.
Yeah, that's why I like if it comes available, if the girls' job at Parkrose come available, I would take that challenge.
Yeah, you'll take the request on and see what you
Hmm.
can come up with your coach magic.
Yeah, the coach magic. I like that.
The good
Coach
old the coach magic.
Oh, I like that
And
too.
hopefully we can come up with more I guess offensive plays to come up with for next season
Oh
for
yeah, that's
unified
what
basketball.
we'll do more offense and like we didn't even run our and that's what I'm saying. Like we didn't even run a press and we still won that game. If we would have ran a press, it would have been like easier. You know,
Yeah.
like Kenji said, he was like, "Man, basketball gets you tired." Like he
Oh,
was
definitely.
he was tired. Kenji was exhausted after the game.
Gotta agree with him. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a battle. It was a battle for the first like
Two
three
halves?
quarters. First three
Three
quarters
quarters
was close.
for three. Yeah, no, it definitely it had your nails biting again. Your
Yeah,
hair sticking up and everything.
it did because every time every time we got up, they came right back. I was like, oh my god! Every time I was like ready to relax, here they come and they start scoring. I was like, oh my goodness.
It's like what the it's like can they stop please? Like can we just have this
Yeah.
lead?
But
But no,
that just showed the heart that they have too. Like like they're meant to
right.
work down. Like
Right. And us as, the champs, we gotta, we also, have to show good sportsmanship and give the flowers to young
oh
Colin
yeah,
for what they did, this year. And, same with Redmond that we played in the semifinals.
oh yeah, that was a good game for a little bit.
That was a good game for a decent while. They worked all that. They worked that whole entire season. To play us in the semifinals. May not have went to their way, but they we
I
should be
honestly,
giving them their flowers. Because they
I
deserve
thought
it.
Rex Putnam and Young Kala was going to be a closer game.
That's what I thought.
I honestly thought Rex Putnam was going to pull off the upset. Like
That would
I
have
for
been interesting to
sure,
see too.
I for sure thought because Putnam's good. They just but the thing about Putnam, they're kind of like the Warriors. If they don't hit their threes, they're not going to do that good. They're 3 point shooting
Yeah,
team.
like they have their Curry, they have their Thompson, they have their Durant. All those
Like when
guys.
we played them, like remember in the championship for our division, it was close.
Right. That was the game against. That was the Putnam game, I think. Right.
Yeah, when they start hitting their threes, they're like, oh my gosh, they were like on
Yeah.
fire from it.
And all you can hear the announcer saying, "Eli for three."
Yeah,
Like,
and then
it,
their crowd was getting into it, and they're like,
mm-hmm.
they're talking. You know, it's funny. They said, I think one of their dads was, he's kind of getting cocky. He's like, "Oh, you better put in your other players." And I kind of gave him a look, and then like, you guys went on a run, and I think we went up by 10. He got quiet really quick, and I was like, "You guys like made him shut up really fast," which is kind of awesome.
Right. And the game that I feel like that we were the enemies this season was when we were playing Cleveland at their place. Like we're casually all, getting ready, we're in our jerseys, and then here comes a whole crowd of students
Oh
packing the
yeah,
seats for Cleveland, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we're the villains in this story. We gotta show out and actually be the villain. Anytime when we would have the ball on offense, boo.
well
Anytime
yeah,
Cleveland had the ball, of course, cheer. I mean, that's normal, but like I felt like we were the actual, you know, villains going into that game, while
yeah.
Cleveland was the heroes.
Well yeah, home court advantage right there, baby.
Right. I
They had it,
mean,
but that's another thing. Like that's what happens where you when you're a champ. Like people come after you. Like
right.
it's hard staying on the top. You know,
Right, exactly.
once you're there, it's tough. It's not easy.
It's hard.
Most
It's
people
hard.
can't handle it. And I always go back and say like Parkrose is not supposed to win stuff, so they definitely want to see us lose more than other schools. Like
But you don't see us losing anytime soon.
I would hope not, but but again, like when we lose, like I don't want my thing. I don't want to be poor losers. Like if we lose, that's fine. Like we chalk it up, we change, we adjust. Like we lost to Cleveland, we came back and it wasn't even close. You know, like we adjusted.
Right.
That's what like real winners do. Real winners don't like get mad and throw stuff and say "f you" to a coach. Like no, that was
Right.
horrible. Like
Yeah. Like you don't want to show bad sportsmanship. You want to show.
because then that's when people really won't like you when you can't like lose gracefully.
Right. And I
So,
guess for Park Rose experience, it's like we don't know what losing is. We don't have a losing emotion. We just
mm-mm.
have it come and go.
Yeah.
Come as it is.
And you guys should be proud. Like you guys are just like you guys. Like I said, like you guys walk around and everybody knows you guys. Like we got
Right.
the warm up, we got the new uniforms. We look good. Like we play good. We play nice. Like a lot of coaches give me like oh my god, your team is so nice. When we give the ball to the other team and like we don't run it up. Like we can run it up and beat everybody probably by like 40 every game, but that's just not how
Right.
unified basketball
That's
is.
not. Yeah. That's why it's completely different from varsity and JV teams.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys are like you guys agree with that. You guys are like,
Right.
okay, we'll give you the ball. I know sometimes you guys get frustrated, like you guys want to block and stuff, but that's like just wait for the tournament when you can ball out, and that's when you guys just put on a show for yourself.
Right, like wait for the opportunity to do that. Wait until your coach grants you that opportunity,
Yeah, and
and
that's why I
then do
always
it.
and I know it's like I think now you guys are starting to get like when I say like the regular season is just like a tune up for we're a championship built team. Like if we lose a regular season game, that's not going to hurt anything. Like
No,
we're built for tournaments. Like when we lose a tournament, that's different. But a regular season, let Sasha and them play. Let everybody play. Let Kati get her run in. Let Francis go to work. Because when the championship, that's when we get ready, and that's when everybody
right.
balls out differently.
And not our full team's going to be there.
Yeah,
At the state either.
yeah, exactly. So I think everybody's starting to realize that. Like, okay, after that loss, like against Cleveland, like I think people are starting to realize, okay, we don't have to do all of this during the regular season so much.
Right, we can go the regular season's light load, and then you
Mm-hmm.
lock in for the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's the whole point, nowadays for Unified in Oregon.
Mm-hmm. And man, that our tournament is so big now, so crazy.
Which one?
just unified tournament in
or
general. Like
just in
this
general.
crowds, like the crowds are like amazing now.
Oh, definitely. Like the way they all parents driving from all different cities around
Yeah,
Oregon just to be joined into like one school at like Forest Grove, Nittmanville,
it's a beautiful
and
thing.
even at Linfield too.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
mean,
into it. Yeah, it's good.
hopefully next the state title next year could be possibly at the University of Oregon if that's even possible.
I think it might be at Oregon State. They wrote out the look. They rotate it every year, so I think next year we'll have to travel far.
Okay, so probably to Oregon State. That wouldn't be, it's not horrible traveling all that far out, but
No, no, it's fun.
it just tells you that this committee is so dedicated to
Mm-hmm.
having it be at a big venue, like it was like big private venues or a public venue
Yeah,
like University of Oregon, the Portland Pilots Dome,
exactly.
um, yeah, Linfield University.
Yeah, so it'll be good.
Yeah. And you could tell their backboards at Linfield were a lot different than the ones at Parkrose. You don't see our baskets when the buzzard sounds off. You don't see a glowing, glowing red, do you?
Right?
No,
No.
you just hear that, and it's like good. Of course, we have like a little mini shot clock, but like we hardly use that shot clock, from what my
No.
knowledge is.
No, I think it's just mainly high school ball.
Yeah, I like how you said the one time where you're like, let's grab our balls that we used to play, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, Linfield's giving us their balls so that we can play, for shoot
Yeah,
around with
yeah,
theirs.
that was nice.
Yeah, because usually not a lot of places would do that for
No.
special needs players.
Yeah, no, that was nice. Linfield, they hosted a great tournament. They did good.
Yeah, definitely. Same with McMinnville. I mean, they were
Oh
hosting the
yeah,
third and fourth place, but I mean, they did great too.
and also we got to shout out Redmond too. Like they had their
Yeah,
boys, girls, and unified all in state tournament. Like good job
yeah.
by Redmond. Like that's crazy.
For the way they pulled that off is very, very amazing to see.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, like you have three basketball programs going to state. Like, gosh,
Right. I wish Seaside had a unified team. I don't think they do. That would
yeah.
be an
He was trying to be
interesting.
a vacation.
So this season we played a total of, was it around 22 games, maybe 25,
I think, yeah, something like that.
something
I
around
think
there.
our record was like 21-2 or 22-2 or something like that.
It was 22 and 1. No, 22 and 2, yeah. That
Yeah,
seems right, cuz
22.
we lost to
Cleveland and
Umpqua at
Glencoe.
the Forest Grove tournament, and then we lost to Cleveland. Yeah, 22 and 2. That seems the right record to me.
You can't beat that record.
Nope, cannot.
Yeah, that's amazing. You guys did that.
Right, and especially how how do you think your coaching kind of helped this season push us to be where we are? At a high level like that, setting the bar and have other schools around Oregon take note.
Well, now like talking to Rex Putnam and Glencoe, they're going to start playing more games now. They didn't realize like how much ball we play, and they say
Right.
it makes sense like why we're good. I was like, yeah, we play. Like
We
we're not
play
trying to sit at
like
home.
yeah, we like play games back to back. No, not back to back all the time, but you
But I
get
think once you got 1 week, we had 3 games in 1 week. Like that's crazy.
right. It was like what, a span of a Wednesday, then a Friday, and then a
Yeah,
Saturday. You know,
get a tournament, and it's like, man, you guys are.
we're definitely showing out for sure.
Yeah. But everybody loves playing us, like, and that's why, like, that's the thing. Like,
Right. No one,
everybody loves.
no one, doesn't hate playing us. I don't.
Mm-mm.
I've never seen a school hated playing against Parkrose. Not that I know of yet.
Not
But
yet.
yeah.
No, I
So
think we're good.
yeah, I think
Like,
so.
everybody wants to beat us now.
Yeah. I mean, young Call is looking for revenge again.
Okay, out of all the teams,
This
what
is
team are you worried about next year?
not really worried about any teams usually,
Yeah.
but if I had to choose, if you're making me choose, I would say I don't know. I mean, maybe well, not. It's between a mixture of Young Kala, Putnam, and Cleveland because Cleveland
Mm.
can have those amazing upsets.
Yeah.
Rex Putnam is an off and on team where it's like let's do amazing the first three quarters and then slow down our pace in the fourth. And then well of
Hmm.
course Young Kala being Young Kala, the way
Yeah.
they run their plays, their defensive plays, etc. Like from what I saw at the Forest Grove tournament is we didn't run any defensive plays, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing their guy who's dribbling up the ball, run 3-man D, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm sorry. And so then next thing you know, guy comes cutting behind Robert's slacking on his man, and then they just got an easy bucket. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
and that's what I told at the championship game. Like, their defense, their offense is really easy to stop. All they do is back cut. Like, once you,
right.
then that's why it's just like, stay on your man. Like, once you stop that back cut, they don't have no offense. It's just like
Once you can
back
clog
cut,
the
back
back,
cut, back cut.
right? Once you can clog that back cut, it's like
And once
you
we
can
once
find it.
Taquan started like shutting that down, they didn't score no more.
Right.
Mhm. So yeah, we're good.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So yeah. You must be tired.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. So yeah. Well, I mean that's all the questions I had for you.
Right on.
That's
Thank you. I enjoy doing these little interview, this podcast with you.
yeah. I mean, and you're one of the more better, best coaches around. And it's
Appreciate
hard
that.
to come by good coaches to kind of talk to usually. So hopefully I could try to get Julie on and see what her side of the state championship was for her as being
Yeah,
the
that'd
first
be
time
awesome.
assistant coach. So yeah, yeah, no, you're welcome.
All right. Will you
Thank
enjoy the rest of your spring break, buddy?
you too.
All right. I will.
Thank you guys for joining this edition of the DatCon podcast. Make sure to follow on Instagram and Twitter at the Dak Cohen Podcast. And I'll see you guys next time for another edition of the Dak Cohen Podcast. Your host, Dak Cohen, out.